Hello, YouTube, and hello, you. So, today we are going to be playing Blue Red Murktide because I've been kind of on a Blue Red Murktide binge recently. However, I wanted to try out something that a lot of other content creators do that I haven't really seen with modern Blue Red Murktide. So, I'll show you the deck list and then we can talk all about it, right? So, we are going to be playing Modern Legacy Delver. So, what exactly does that mean? So, what I have done is I have done my best to kind of copy and paste Legacy Delver into Modern. Now, I know that this idea is a little wonky. It doesn't exactly work because Modern and Legacy are two very different formats. Modern is very creature heavy. There's a lot of creatures, a lot of really good ones that you gotta kill on site. Legacy has a lot of spells, a lot of, it's all about the hand. There's a lot of combos. So, and additionally, we're missing one of the biggest cards, which is Force of Will. But we're gonna try to do our best to work with what we got, right? So let's talk about the list. First of all, starting from left to right, right? So normal Legacy Delver plays 19 lands. However, 4 of them are wastelands. There is no good equivalent for wasteland in Modern. There's Ghost Quarter, there's Field of Ruin, Tectonic Edge. They really suck. I guess we could really try Tectonic Edge, but I would rather us be able to play more legitimate games, and our deck is very mana intensive, mana hungry if you can't tell. So 18 lands because we can afford to play -1 since Delver basically plays 15 lands, kind of. To the right, 2 Mishra's Bauble. Legacy Blue Red Delver plays 2 Mishra's Bauble. I'm not entirely sure why. I assume it's because it doesn't really do anything on its own. It's really slow. It doesn't pitch to Force of Will. In Modern, it's a little better because, we can kind of afford to play a little bit more air. And we also don't get the same good cantrips that Legacy does. But we're going to play the 2 and see how it feels. So playing this list is not only to see what a Legacy deck feels like, but I kind of want to try out multiple things to see how they feel. Because even if all the cards together don't work, maybe there is some hidden gems in here that can be applied to other versions, to regular versions of Murktide. All right, then to the right, of course, we have Brainstorm and Ponder and Dragon's Rage Channeler, Lightning Bolts, Delver of Secrets. Well, okay, so Legacy Delver would be playing Ragavan if it was legal. It is not, but we get to play Ragavan, so I'm going to play Ragavan. I have played Delver in this deck in the past. It's fine. It works. It does the job. But I am not going to play Ragavan while we can. Think about it. If we were playing Legacy and Ragavan was legal, we'd be jamming it. So, okay, and then Unholy Heats. So, normally, they don't play any Unholy Heats. Maybe they play 1. Maybe they play a Flame Slash. I'm going to play the 3. We need the creature removal. I'm okay with cutting 1. Normally, when I play Murktide, I play 4 Lightning Bolts, 4 Unholy Heats. I just think that you need all 8. But for the sake of trying this out, I'm down to decrease the amount that we're running. We still kind of need them. We don't really have other good replacements. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, no, not really. So we'll play with the 3 Unholy Heats. You guys will just have to throw me a bone here. Okay, then of course we have Daze, right? 2 mana, counters a spell. This is just very clearly worse than Daze. I don't think Delver has ever played Counterspell, maybe ever. I think Miracles did back in the day when that was a deck, but this is our Daze. Just like how this is obviously equivalent to Brainstorm. Expressive Iteration, Prime, Legacy, Modern, every format staple. And then, what do you know? Force of Will. sitting pretty in modern blue-red Murktide. Uh, Brazen Borrower, awesome card. I mean, I love this card. I think it's awesome. We could be playing two, I guess, but a lot of lists play one, and MTG Goldfish says that the average is like 1.3, so technically like rounded down, that's one, right? And then four Murktide. Talking about the sideboard, okay, there's actually a card that I'm really, really excited for in the sideboard, which is Counterbalance. I actually think this card is really good. And I'm kind of surprised that nobody is playing it in modern. I totally get that, like, there's no way to, manipulate the top card of your deck. But, I mean, if you think about the mirror match, it's a bunch of one drops, it's a bunch of two drops, it's a bunch of, you know, it, if you get one card countered from Counterbalance, it's already become Counterspell. If you get two, it's that's just an incredible amount of value. And I can almost guarantee you that in the future we will be trying out Counterbalance if this is good. I mean, I guess like we might not ever actually board this in, but I can almost guarantee you that I will make another video in which there is a Counterbalance in the sideboard, because Counterbalance seems really strong. I mean, if your deck is filled with one drops, think about it. Think about all the decks in Modern that are a bunch of one mana cards. I could see you bringing it against Hammer Time. You counter one hammer, you've already counterspelled, and then it's free after that. There's just so many situations that I could see it being good. Burn, I mean, it counters like the majority of their deck. It seems good to me. We will have to give it a go. This is something that I'm really happy that we can kind of take a port from Legacy, put it into Modern, and maybe cards are actually quite good in Modern. So we're going to run this through a league. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment in the comment section below if you want to see me play something in specific. Like the video. I'd appreciate it. And let's jump into a league. Tyler from the future here. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I've always wanted to be a Magic content creator, and I've been receiving a lot of support recently. My videos have actually been doing really well for somebody that did not have much of a following at the very beginning. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, please sub. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a like. It helps the algorithm a lot. It gives the video more opportunities to see more eyeballs, so that would be really cool. And if you have any suggestions for videos for me to make in the future of Modern decks, Murktide, I really enjoy Modern. Murktide is obviously my favorite deck. It's the deck I have the most reps in with, but at the same time, I like experimenting. I like trying new things. So let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see in the future, and let's jump into it. Boo-doo-doo. Alrighty, round number 1. And we're on the draw. Let's see how force of negation works. That's the card that I'm like most excited in the main. I mean, like, it's obviously the most different other than the Serum Visions, but I do like Force of Negation as a card. I think it's very strong. I think that it has a lot of versatility. I mean, you think about certain matchups like Amulet, right? And they play an Amulet on turn 1. If you have a Force of Negation, that's so insane value. Ooh, okay. All right. This is a very good experimental hand. Let's do it. You know what's so weird? I have this feeling that whenever you try out something new, it always gives it to you in the first match of a league. I don't have any evidence. I mean, I guess like you could go back through my old YouTube videos and like see like the first hands, but like I always feel like it gives me such an experimental first hand. I don't know how true that is, but it's something to like keep in mind. Um, we're kind of in a weird position. If they play like Ledger Shredder Bauble, then I want to be able to Lightning Bolt it. Serum Vision's being sorcery speed is kind of lame. I'm gonna play Flooded Shrine and say go. That way I can hold a Lightning Bolt, and the next turn I can like DRC or just Serum Visions. Land, go. Okay, so I'm going to fetch for a Steam Vents on their end step. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. So I'm kind of tempted to. I guess I could just shock Dragon's Rage Channeler, say go. They probably kill it. That's fine though, right? Yeah, it's probably fine. All right. Play this, and then we'll play a Dragon's Rage Channeler, and then we can say go. And then I will probably force a negation expressive iteration. It depends. It really depends. Yep, resolves. I could like consider in response and stuff, but I would rather hold up a lightning bolt in case they do like a Ledger Shredder plan. Oh boy, okay. Time to make a decision. I'm probably gonna end up considering anyway, so I'm gonna consider first before I do anything. That is a lightning bolt, so I'll put that into the grave. Counterspell. Alright. Fine. I will force a negation. Unsure if force a negation in there was right, but we've drawn a lot of lands in our 18 land deck. Sure. Okay, well, I'm just going to start with a lightning bolt. See what happens. It resolved. Cool. Okay, so I do want to play this Ragavan, but they most likely have some sort of lightning bolt effect for it, and I want to be able to get in with a Ragavan. Like normally, I'm okay with like just trying to drain them of all of their removal, but I don't really have anything else going on. So my options are basically I can dash Ragavan, which I don't think is right. I can play Ragavan and say say go, or I can just do nothing. And I think that my better choice is just to do nothing. They're most likely going to try to do some sort of play next turn, like a dash Ragavan or okay, a DRC. So now they get to hold up a counter spell, which is kind of scary. Okay, I will definitely cast a Bauble and Bauble them. See what they're gonna draw. They're gonna draw a Misty. Okay, so I'm just gonna say go here. I'm gonna let them hit me for 3, and then I'm gonna probably dash Ragavan next turn. Them drawing a land is kind of okay for us. Doesn't the more lands they draw, the better. The way that the mirror ends up really working is whoever draws more lands usually loses. Okay. So, very interesting position. I can play Murktide. Then they counterspell. And then I Force of Negation. And then they might like Expressive Iteration. Or maybe I'm just supposed to like dash Ragavan here and then wait for them to Lightning Bolt and then next turn play Murktide. Yeah, let's start with the dash Ragavan. Let's start with that. They probably have a Lightning Bolt. Okay. They put a lightning bolt into the grave. Resolves. Okay, so I'm just gonna take 3 here. Also, not that it matters, but if you are going to lightning bolt a Ragavan, do it at the beginning of combat, because if there is something like a Kaito in which there is a, if you've attacked this turn, You don't want them to have that. So obviously, I can't punish them. Realistically, it will never come up. But you would rather, just to be safe, kill it during the beginning of combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Surveil. I will attempt to force a negation this. All right. They have double counterspell. We're probably not going to win this game. And they probably just put an expressive iteration on top. I would or a Murktide. It's not gonna go well. We've drawn more lands than them for sure. And Force of Negation has been seeming kind of mid. Not great having to 2-for-1 myself to prevent them from 2-for-1ing. So they considered to they surveil to the top and they're just drawing the cards. It's definitely ooh, okay. So we need another Murktide, I suppose. That'd be fine. Expressive would be good. We haven't seen a single expressive yet. We also need our opponent to brick. That'd be quite nice. I'm going to Unholy Heat this. I just can't continue to take damage. Holy moly. Well, yep, resolves. Definitely put that into the grave. Okay, we're not dead yet. We have a bunch of good draws. We have not seen a single expressive iteration yet. So we could just draw one of those. Or we draw land. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh my god, look at all these draws that could have been fine. Okay. So, game 2. We, okay, Force Negations are not that great. They do 2-for-1 us, and I'm pretty sure you board out Force of Will in the mirror anyway. Unlicensed Hearsts, for sure. The counterbalances, we got to try those out. I think that this is like the matchup that it's pretty much made for. I like the Abrade because it hits other Unlicensed Hearsts and it kills the majority of the creatures. And then we could probably board out a Serum Visions. It's a little slow. Somebody brought a Subtlety in against me in the mirror, and it actually was like quite good. So I'm willing to give that a try again. It's not a card that you think would be very good in the mirror for the same reason that Force Negation, but you get to a point like as you saw in the mirror where you're just like drawing so many lands, like it's just bound to happen that if you're able to Subtlety one of their creatures, it is a 2-for-1. You countered their thing and you have a 3/3 in play. So I'm willing to give it a go again. We're on the play. We have a turn 1 Ragavan and 3 lands. Okay, cool. 4 lands. I miscounted. Still a keep, but definitely a little worse. They mulled a 6, so our hand feels better. I'm definitely going to bubble myself here. If it's a land, I'm going to fetch. It is a land. Get the monkey. Go. They bobbled themselves with a Spire buff out, meaning that they don't have a removal spell, and they're looking for one, and I think that the top card of their deck is a removal spell. Very interesting. It seems like they're going to allow me to... Yeah, so I guess I'm going to enter combat. I'm going to swing. They're going to bolt it, most likely. Wow, it connected. And we hit a spell snare. Interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to Dragon's Rage Channeler and Serum Visions here. They have a Spell Pierce or something. Minor misstep. They're going to Mystical Dispute my Serum Visions. That's a very weird play. Why would they do that? Like my Serum Visions is not worth anything. Are they missing lands? Is that why? They're just desperate? Sure. I mean, the hearse is good, but I mean, them not being able to handle this Ragavan is ooh, ooh. That's pretty cool. I mean, if I cast the Expressive and then turn on the Dragon's Rage Channeler, they're just gonna exile cards from my grave. So I'm just gonna hit them first. Like, there's no way that I get to keep my Delirium. It's just not happening. Oh, oh my goodness. God, that feels so good. That's just put a creature into the grave. Grab another expressive iteration. Am I casting this expressive iteration? What an interesting situation. I wonder if I'm supposed to I want to I feel like I'm winning this game and I don't want to show them counterbalanced, if that makes any sense. Like I feel like I'm so far ahead that I don't really want to show them counterbalance. So I'm gonna take the lightning bolt, this on the bottom, put this in exile, and then I'm just gonna cast another expressive iteration. I'm gonna play my land too. I know that like I could use both my treasures, but oh, interesting. I kind of want it, but they're gonna start eating my grave, so holy moly. Another expressive iteration? How good is another one? How good is Unlicensed Hearse going to be? Are they gonna jam a Murktide against me? I don't actually know. Three really good cards, all 2 mana. All I'm not entirely sure what the best choice is here. I don't have any counters, so maybe it's better for me to take a counter spell here. Or maybe the Unlicensed Source is going to be a little better. Hmm. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you would take here. But Expressive's not guaranteeing me anything. It really depends on like, are they gonna get there? Are they gonna play a Murktide next turn? If that's the case, I guess I want the Expressive. I don't have any counter spells in hands. I have counterbalance. All right, let's get greedy. I'm gonna take Expressive. It is what it is. And else I go. My hand's pretty set up if they play like a Ledger Shredder, actually. Yeah, resolves. My turn. I could cast this Lightning Bolt on my upkeep, but I don't necessarily um I don't really care what I draw here, do I? I guess maybe if I draw like a counter spell or something. Okay, that's fine too. Alright, so I'm gonna Lightning Bolt this first. Start with that. I will pay. Yes. Um Grave. I just don't know how my opponent is going to win. So I guess in hindsight, the counterspell would have been better here because they made me tap out all my mana. However, I do think now is time to play counterbalance. Oh, with Dragon's Rage Channeler, this is really good actually. Oh my god, we get to counter any one drop that they play. Oh my god. Sadly, I cannot do anything about that. However, Fury against the Mirror is a very interesting choice. I they are 2 for 2ing me, so they are that is something, but I don't think that Fury is good against the Mirror. I really don't. And they additionally did not want to crew the Unlicensed Hearst. It's kind of interesting. I'm gonna start by dashing Ragavan. We'll see what happens. A counterspell. Cool. All right, I will cast Expressive. Huh. I guess I'm gonna take a Murktide. I mean, it's a 3/3. That's not very good. So I guess another Unholy Heat is better. Oh no, it will be a 4/4. It'll be a 4/4. Hand, bottom, exile, and then I'm immediately going to cast the Murktide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I cast the Bauble. Don't want to let them have priority. They are drawing A. They just conceded. Okay. So I'm okay with just clicking submit here. I wonder if they're gonna bring in engineered explosives. I would. If I was them and I saw counterbalance, I would bring in engineered explosives. I'm kind of sad that I showed them. Like, I do think that there is value in trying to not give away your hidden tech if you don't have to, but I was in a position where it was better for me to than to not. Do you ever feel like sometimes you can like feel the emotions of your opponent on the other side of the computer screen? I sometimes I feel like I can like tell by the way that they're casting their cards. In paper it's a lot easier, but do I want a Dragon's Rage channeler? Not really. I think I'd rather more removal. I think I'd rather more removal. If I draw a land, how upset will I be? Mildly. It's not a bad card to draw. If it was an opt, I would be putting it to the bottom. So because we get to bauble, because we get to treat this bauble like an opt, I'm going to bin it away or shuffle it away. Okay, that's fine too. That's basically like drawing a Dragon's Rage channeler. Land, go. Sure. Um, so I play Ragavan. They kill it. But my Ragavans are not doing anything. If they play Expressive, I guess I would want to counterspell it, but there's like the opportunity, there's like the potential that like it doesn't actually get them anywhere. So I'm kind of down to play a Ragavan here. We have two. If they like they need to answer it, right? They're probably going to. Yep. So like they should be worried about like a spell snare or like a spell pierce because if they do expressive, okay. So now I get to expressive. They're playing a Yep, I'm gonna play an expressive now. See if they have a spell snare for me. They do not. Okay. So how badly am I gonna want a fourth lands? Because like I can like cast a Ragavan here. I Okay, I guess I'm gonna take the consider bottom and then exile the land and then hold up the land for a ledger shredder. I'm mostly afraid of a ledger shredder because I can't unholy heat it anymore because this unlicensed hearse. So and then I can always consider on their end step too. Bobble, sure. They're not gonna bobble me. I think that'd be a little silly. Blue, blue. You have a Murktide? Dash monkey. Okay. So what's kind of like good for them about this is that like I'm losing so much life from my lands. All right. Is it dead? It is. Cool. Blue, blue. You have a Murktide. It's a 5/5. Not bad. All right. So my goal is to get this Murktide out if I can, and to make it as big as I possibly can as well. Am I drawing an Unholy Heat? I'm drawing my own Unlicensed Hearse. Interesting. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna start with a Consider. Seems pretty safe. Wow, that's pretty good, actually. I really do not want to take another hit from this Murktide, though. Or a hit from this Murktide. I guess it's fine, but like, I'm gonna put myself to 7. Jeez, I think we're going to lose this based off of the way that this game is feeling. I can't I can kill their Murktide here, I suppose. I guess it's not too bad. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to kill the Murktide. It's kind of a shame though that this unlicensed horse is just gonna run away with the game. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna accept my 2-for-1 here. 1, 2, and then lightning bolt. Sad. Wish I didn't have to do that, but I really don't want to take 5. They probably just jam expressive. Oh, they have nothing, so they're cycling. They might dash a Ragavan here. Let me go to my upkeep. Or my main phase. Let me go to main phase. Let me go to main phase. No. Stop being smart. Okay. Well, I'm gonna play this Murktide. I'm fairly sure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will counterspell a counterspell. Now I just need them to really start bricking. A Fury would destroy me if they have a Fury. A Fury would absolutely blow me out here. It seems like a Fury. Oh no, it's another Murktide. And they're passing. Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna start by cycling. I need to start drawing some stuff that matters. Okay. I think I'm supposed to cast this Unlicensed Hearse. I think I'm supposed to. And then I can end up, oh, they're exiling my card for me. Cool. And now I can block relatively well as I do need to play. I need to play this Ragavan so that I can block their Unlicensed Hearse if they crew. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to beat this Unlicensed Hearse. I need to draw a Brazen Borrower really badly, or Otawara. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. That is a big boy. I will be chumping. Very, very much so. Important that I have at least one card under the hearse so that I can crew it if I need to. So start with a consider. Okay. I don't really want to give them a free loot, so I suppose I'm just gonna pass and then end up crewing the Unlicensed Hearse with my Murktide and blocking. Yep. I will block. And I'm going to exile the 2 cards from my graveyard. So I guess I'm supposed to exile just the consider. That was a mistake. And step. I guess I'm gonna bolt this Ledger Shredder. I need to be able to cast multiple spells in one turn. I don't want to give them any more looks at cards. Okay, I think we lose now. I think that we were not able to bide our time well enough. Yep. It's probably over. I mean, we should have put the Spire Bluff Canal there. Yep. What a shame. I'm gonna block because I have to, because otherwise I just die to a lightning bolt. Okay. GG's, I suppose. Counterbalance obviously did not look good here. To be fair, we dealt a lot of damage to ourselves. Yep. All right. I'm okay with conceding here. Wow. Jeez. All right. GG's. Part of the experiment. What did we learn? Well, Force Negation was not very good against the mirror. And I mean, the counterbalance seemed okay. Didn't seem good there. It didn't impact the board at all, but all right, round number 2. Hopefully it will go better than the first one. Okay. Yeah, this hand does stuff. So pretty straightforward. Dragon Trade Channeler into a bauble. I'm gonna bin it, get closer to Delirium. I don't know what I'm playing against yet. Devoted Druid combo. Okay, so we definitely want some lightning bolts. Nice. Right on time. That's pretty nice for us. Tapped land. Wow. Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna play a second Dragon's Rage Channeler and then just hold up this Unholy Heat. They're probably going to play a creature next turn. I would be very surprised if they didn't. And if they don't, resolves. It's dead. Surprise. So we're gonna have instant. So we just need a land or creature. I might also concede. Okay, so bringing all these in. Bringing these in. These can probably come out. They're probably really slow. Um, I don't know what color. They're probably playing white. I like to cut one Murktide in case they do play like Path Exile effects. And then the Serum Visions are probably really slow. All right, let's ship it. I mean, I don't think the counterbalances would be particularly good against them. They play a lot of 2s. We don't play a lot of 2s. It's better against decks that play a lot of 1s. Nice. This is probably the most frustrating matchup to play against if you're playing Devoted Druid combo. I mean, your entire combo revolves around creatures, and this deck just plays 7 to 8 removal spells that are all 1 mana, and then boards into more removal. Like, I would be... see? That's why cutting a Murktide is usually not that bad. I'm really excited to get a full art Dragon's Rage Channeler someday. Or at least an old border one. Give us an old border one. I mean, it's a legacy card. I wonder if we're supposed to abrade here, like to be the most mana efficient. I think so. That makes sense, right? Yeah, alright. I've convinced myself. It is dead. Ooh. Um, let's go! How long was that match? 3 minutes! Alrighty, round number 3, and we are on the play. Awesome. Alright, let's do it. Ooh, this hand is too risky for me. I feel like we just have better hands. Okay, I'm gonna do something that I don't do often, but I definitely could be doing more. Is I'm going to look up this player to see what kind of decks that they normally play, in case that Force Negation is actually like really good. No decks found. Okay, so yeah, no decks found. Okay, so I'm gonna mull in. This hand's better. We get to throw back a lands and not really like feel that bad about it. Which land do I throw back? I guess throwing back the island is the same thing as throwing back the fetch because we can just fetch for an island, just -1 life. So I'm gonna throw back the island in case we end up actually needing like double red and stuff. Our opponent has mulled a 6/2. Okay, I don't feel as bad now. Okay. Definitely just jamming a Dragon's Rage Channeler and hoping that it lives so we can play a real tempo game. Ooh, planes, so probably hammer. So, okay, so we luckily have a lightning bolt for that. I'm just gonna kill it right away. Ooh, interesting. I mean, I kind of want the lightning bolt, so... But if I keep the lightning bolt on top, I can't consider, because I'm gonna have to fetch. So is it better for me to have it in the grave as, like, a more fuel? I think so. I think it's better for me to have it in the grave. And then, am I supposed to consider here, because I can technically turn on Delirium? Like, I'd have to get, like, very lucky. I can... If I do that, then I don't have the ability of Force Negation pitching, like, a not-so-great card. Like, next turn I want to Expressive Iteration. Okay, I guess I won't. I guess I won't. Like, I would rather Force Negation pitch consider. Yep. I don't want to Force Negation that. I would Force Negation like a Sickardizade or something. Okay, now I'm going to. Now I'm going to consider. Land into the grave. Creature into the grave. And we draw that. Okay. Yep. I will take one. Alright. I'm just going to let them draw their card. It is what it is. Creature into the grave. Oh my goodness, we did not hit. We did not hit. I don't think we're gonna win this game. I don't think we're going to win. Do I want to be able to hold up double Force Negation? Is that better than... Is that better than having a Dragon's Rage Channeler? Well, Counterspell is terrible. I guess I'm going to take the Serum Visions and hold up a double Force Negation. I don't know what we need. I'm not going to lie. They are really far ahead. They're gonna make some tokens. I can't do anything about these Esper Sentinels. Am I supposed to cast a Serum Visions and like pay for one and not pay for the other? I don't know. We're so caught. Okay, I'm gonna play Serum Visions and I'll pay for one and I won't pay for the other. And then hope to find a lightning bolt. Okay. I'm gonna put these both to the bottom. And then I'm going to Unholy Heat one of them. just to get these off the board. It's so annoying. Yeah, I think we might just literally lose next turn. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not going well. Games 2 and 3 get a lot better. This matchup is the reason why Dress Down is being played in the main sometimes, and I totally understand because it is just such a difficult matchup game 1. They are fighting you on so many different angles that are just very hard to beat. Esper Sentinel just drawing them cards, Urza Saga having no answer for it. Yeah, okay. I'll concede. We're good. Game 2. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then counter spells are coming out. They don't do anything. Serum Visions are incredibly slow and could only be cast on our turn. Force of Negation, a very, very interesting choice. Counterbalance, also a very interesting choice. I kind of want to try the counterbalances, so I'm going to bring them in. Don't know if they're good at all. And I think they're playing the mono white versions, so the Blood Moons are definitely not as good. But Force Negation is actually quite okay against Hammer. It's actually quite good. All right, let's click submit. Let's not look back. Alrighty. I would like to play first. Nice. Okay, so we need a land. But if we do get a land, we are very much in there. And additionally, the Ragavan will be able to get us a red source. Force Negation doesn't do very much here, sadly, because we don't have another blue card, but that's fine. Luckily, their best plays on the first turn after game 1 don't involve a... Can you imagine if I had a blue card here? They 2 for 1 themselves. Very interesting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oof. Wow. That actually answers it. Sadly, it doesn't like do it particularly well. Like we're gonna need a dress down or something in order to be able to. Okay. They reveal a sword. That makes sense. I'm just gonna lightning bolt the Stoneforge on the end step. Yeah. And then I'll pay the 1. I'm gonna go for an Unholy Heat here, and I don't want to play around like I don't want to have to deal with like a blacksmith skill, right? Like the +2/+2 hexproof thing. And I will most definitely Force of Negation a sword if they decide to play the sword here. All right. Not bad. That's definitely not bad. However, we're not in a position that I can Brotherhood's End, so I'm probably gonna have to end up doing like a weird Brazen Bar where bounce your thing. They probably get Pithing Needle. Or I guess Shadow Spear would be fine too. Okay, there you go. Pithing Needle name EE. Yep. Very fair. Interesting that they just didn't use the mana at all. Can you imagine if I drew a land here? I think we have to risk it. I think we have to risk it. I'm just gonna risk it. We need to hit like a fetch lands. Oh my goodness, please. No. 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 I guess we pass. We have gotten very unlucky. We needed these lands. I feel like we had a pretty good chance there. I'm sure there's like an amount of math or something that could be done of like what my odds were to get a lands. No blocks. That is pretty brutal. I was going to attempt to bounce the Pithing Needle, but now I don't know what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 damage. Jeez. Am I supposed to bounce something here? I don't know. I have a feeling we're gonna draw a land. Like maybe I'm gonna bounce the Pithing Needle and then hope we just draw a land so we can engineer it on 1 and pop it. I feel like that's all I really can do. Okay. Well, I can't even get a second red source. That's pretty brutal. I mean, I can, but it would just be an insane amount of health. So, and then I'm just gonna pop it now. And then I'm gonna take 4, and then next turn I'm going to play a Murktide. Pro blue. Wonder why they would pro blue there. Can't think of any free blue spells. All right, so I just need them to not play a creature in their creature deck. Okay. Name E. Yeah. Okay, we lose. That is yep, we lose. GG's, I suppose. GG's. Fairly unlucky that we didn't get that land. That would have been a really, really strong play. All right, off to the next one. Alrighty, round number 3. And our opening hand is fine. It's fine. They mulled a 6. Burn. All right. Alrighty. So I'm gonna need to get a red source like out pretty quickly. Usually the burn hands that start with a burn spell on the first turn are very weak. So okay, so I'm gonna fetch for a tapped red source and then Unholy Heat on my turn. Take my 2. It is what it is. And then we're going to play a very massive Murktide next turn. Okay, consider. Put that into the grave. Sure. A lightning bolt effect would be cool. That is not a lightning bolt effect. What do I want to do? Do I care about making this Murktide even bigger? That'd be me taking 4 off of Eidolon. That's a lot. Do I want to just play a 5/5? Yeah, okay. Let's play a 5/5. Obviously, I would like this Murktide to be very big, but I'm okay with just not taking damage too. And now, like, they're very weirdly on the back foot. Sure. I think I win this race. If I attack, and then they attack, and then I attack, and they attack, I'm winning the race. Go. You got it. I wonder if they realize that they are losing. If this Murktide connects, yeah, it's over. I love playing against Burn. It's such a linear matchup to play against. It's very fair. It's not doing anything too crazy. It is okay. Yeah, yeah. I know that I just won, but in general, even when I lose, I don't mind losing against Burn because they're you know what they're doing. Like you know what they're doing. All right, so finally we get to try out these counterbalances. I'm really excited to see how they end up working out. I like a braid because it's just another removal spell. Force negations are all really good. Serum visions are kind of bad. They're really slow. Fury is also good because it kills Eidolon without us taking damage. And we have to bring in engineered explosives in case they have Sanctifier, sadly, because that card is just a very difficult card to beat. I actually don't like Bauble at all against them. It's just a bad card when Eidolon is out. So I think we can click submit. I don't think I'm missing anything, right? Brotherhood Hand's kind of slow. Subtlety's not great. Dress sounds like finding its Sanctifier, but Engineer Explosives kind of does the same thing. And Engineered Explosive actually kills the thing, too. Okay, we cannot answer a turn 1 creature with his hands. And they have kept a 7. Interesting. His hand's very weird. How many Searing Blazes do you think they have? Our hand doesn't take damage from our lands, so I'm more tempted to keep it. And I'm definitely playing Ragavan here. I get that the Dragon's Rage Channeler is like worse, and we want the Ragavan to live, but I want them to target the Ragavan with the Lightning Bolt. They targeted me. Also, they have a Searing Blaze. That's what that means. And that means that we're going to be able to dash Ragavan and connect. So that's pretty sweet. We have drawn only lands. You guys trying to sub to my only lands? We hit a land. Jeez. Alright, I'll play my Dragon's Rage Channeler and say go. Would I be willing to trade my Ragavan for their Eidolon? Sure. I'm going to take 2, which is very annoying, but this is essentially a 2-mana kill spell, and they took it. Oh, jeez. I mean, I'm not casting it. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the lightning bolt because I'm like trying to play this reach plan, but uh-oh. I'm just gonna take it. I mean, all right, Ragavan. I really need you to pull your weight here and get me a lightning helix. A goblin guide. That does block. Go. I guess I'm gonna force a negation this. Ugh. Okay. There's no way I can kill them, right? Aw, what if they just have nothing? Maybe I'm not supposed to block. Maybe I'm just supposed to like assume that they have nothing. Have nothing. I'm at 1. Have nothing. Rift Bolt. No. No. What a shame. What a shame. So close. Okay, okay, okay. I'm sure that I could have played that game like a little better. Like maybe I didn't need to Searing Blaze. Maybe I was supposed to play the land in case I hit a Searing Blaze. Yeah, I was supposed to play the Otawara in case I did hit the Searing Blaze. However, we... Yeah, because I lost 3 and then 5 total, and I would have only lost 2. And I would have been at 1 by the end of that. And then I had a chance to win. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. No lands. I realize now that I should have boarded out expressive iterations. Yeah. However, if this counterbalance does what I want it to do, all right, I'll fetch for my steam vents here tapped, and then I'm just gonna jam a counterbalance, and we're just gonna cross our fingers. Yeah, I'm still gonna jam this counterbalance. I mean, the longer that it's down, the better chance it has of actually doing something. Please. No, we revealed engineered explosives. That's a shame. Okay, so I am going to kill this, and then I am going to play engineered explosives on 1, so that I have a chance of being able to actually kill this Swift Spear. We just need to get 1 spell off of this counterbalance for it to be good. Please. Polluted Delta. Brutal. I'm at 12. All right, all right, all right, all right. We probably lose. These expressive iterations definitely should have not been in this deck. I'm just gonna land go. I mean, I need to be able to. I need to be able to Brazen Borrower, or EE. Come on, counterbalance. We need you. Do your job. 1 time. Do it. Let's go. Suspend Rift Bolts. Okay, well, we don't want the top card of our deck. I I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Am I supposed to expressive iteration? Am I supposed to play a Murktide? I suppose I'm supposed to jam a Murktide here and then like to have something out, but it's probably not going to end well for your heroes. And we do have threes in our deck, so I am going to reveal. We do have force negations. Please. Otawara. Alright, we're dead. If we had casted expressive iteration, we actually would have been fine. I'm waiting for the lightning bolt. You can just kill me, you know? Yeah, right. GG's. GG's. Alright, we are 1-3. I'm gonna play this last one out just because, but I mean, we can very easily tell that 4 force negation is not good. This, although there were mistakes, this was a very fun league to play. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, although this deck is very bad. All right, round number 5. Can we get the 2-3? All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, turn 1 Ragavan. Cannot get better than that, right? I can't believe I forgot to bring out expressive iteration. It's been a long day for me. It's been a long day for me, very obviously. All right, Ragavan getting to untap. No respect for spell pierce. None. Zero. Who needs it? I was supposed to play that islands for the expressive. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There we go. Damage. Oh, I'm casting it. Oh, this is happening. This is happening. I'm casting it. So, at the beginning of your end step, you may exile another creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control. What is going on, opponent? What is going on? If they're playing on thin ice, that is the reason to play these snow-covered islands. There would be a mild justification. Seems like an on... Oh, it's a prismatic ending. Oh my god, Soul Herder gets even bigger. That's pretty funny. Yeah, okay, so this snow-covered island should have been out instead of this Spiral of Canal in case I draw a red... Gee, that's a lot of Murktide. Oh. Your turn, opponent. Oh! All right. All right. That felt pretty good. Is it a you may? You may exile another creature you control. Okay. I guess if I had grabbed the fetch land instead of the Spirebluff Canal, I would have been able to play a Murktide a little easier. I'm still going to lightning bolt them and then play this Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. No, I would not like to bounce my Murktide. No. No. I don't think it will matter. I think that we win this game. Oh my goodness. I was like, why did they bounce their own Soul Herder? Okay. All right. Maybe we actually do need to play a real game here. Luckily, Expression Iteration is a fantastic card, so it should help us a little bit. All right. Another 1, 2, 3. I will cast another in case we hit a 1-drop. Okay, we did 1, 2, 3. Play this. Crack this. I will shock myself. I'll cast Consider. Put that into the grave. Oh my god. All 4 Spire Bluff Canals? That's not good. I will most likely be jamming a Murktide. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Sure. Plus, probably play Soul Herder, I'd assume. Plus and go. Interesting. I mean, I assume that I'm playing a Murktide here and a Dragon's Rage Channeler. One, two, three. Keep some amount of cards in the grave in case they like have a way of bouncing this or something. Play Dragon Rage Channeler, say go. Spire Bluff has continued to be the worst land in the deck for me. It's good against Burn, but by God, is it like the worst land to draw in the late game? It's very weird that like we just play 4. Like I've always wondered if maybe playing 3 Spire Bluff would be better, but not like any land here would be better than Spire Bluff, but additionally I could have just like played Abrasive Borrower just like as a 3/3/1 at sorcery speed. Maybe that would have been better. But I don't really know what my opponent is going to do here. I assume that they're going to cast like a Solitude, maybe. My opponent is playing a very strange deck. I assume they're playing Ice Fang Coatl because there's no reason to be playing Arctic Treeline. So a Lightning Bolt effect would be probably the best draw for me. Because I would like to Brazen Borrower bounce to Fairy. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I would like to Brazen Borrower bounce to Fairy. Or I guess Lightning Bolts to Fairy. Interesting. I'm definitely dashing Ragavan. I mean, that's happening. Am I brazen borrowing the Noble Hierarch? Yeah, I guess so. I really want the Ragavan to connect because I assume that my Murktide is going to be dying right now. Ooh, Serum Visions is actually not that bad of a draw. It's actually not that bad. Um, I'm gonna, I'm gonna ask to trade for the Teferi rather than take a card from them. And then they're gonna play an Ice Fang Waddle here, and then they're gonna have the choice of do they want to protect Teferi or do they want to kill my Murktide? Sure. I just need them to not draw a Solitude, I guess. Or I guess even Prismatic Ending. Alright, damage. Does Teferi die? It does. Okay. I think that was better than hitting them and getting a random card. Rather just like not have the Teferi on the fields. This is another card that I'm really looking forward to a full art version of. Because at the current moment, I have a completely foiled out blue-red Murktide deck, and I use the Galaxy foil Steam Vents, and I have these foil, but these kind of foil are kind of lame. Ooh, interesting. Okay, I wonder what they're getting back. Are they getting back to Fairy? Or are they getting back Solitude? Probably Solitude, I would assume. Windswept Teeth. Oh boy, they're missing lands. So, are they going to play their Noble Hierarch that they know about? That we know about? Ooh, Lurgoyf. Okay. So, Serum Visions has a very high probability of actually turning on Delirium for us here. That's pretty sweet. Trigger. There it is. There's Delirium. So we draw a card. A Lightning Bolt kills them. Counterspell. Bottom one. I'll take another. How much mana? I have six, and I have 6 mana of spells all across Brazen Borrower, Ragavan, and Counterspell. And then I will cast my Ragavan, and then I will say go. Six mana? What is... Wow. I mean, it's getting counterspelled. I don't really have to read it. I will keep it on top. All right. Um, they're playing a lot of basics. A lot of basics. So Blood Moons are not good. Force Negations are actually fine because of Teferi. Fury is definitely coming in. A Braid is probably coming in too. I need all the removal that I can get. They are playing. So I'm gonna bring in the dress downs too. They're playing a bunch of elementals, and the subtlety is also fine against elementals. I'll board out some force negations, maybe like 3, 2 to 3. And then Serum Visions just has always. I mean, I've been cutting this. I mean, I forgot to cut this over the Serum Visions because I was just like, this is like just not a great card anymore in Modern. It's just not that playable. But and definitely, actually, let's bring out a Murktide too because they are playing Solitudes and Teferis and stuff. They have a lot of like actual answers for it. EE does answer 1 mana spells, like one mana Noble Hierarch and that kind of stuff. It does answer on Thin Ice if they're playing on Thin Ice too. I don't know if they're playing that though. Counterbalance does not seem particularly great. What did I just do? What did I just bring in by accident? I brought it. Counterbalance. Yeah, it doesn't seem great. They have a lot of ways of answering it. That's the problem. Okay, I'll keep in a Serum Visions. All right. I mean, sounds good. They mull 2/6. Um, I'm gonna fetch for a Steam Vents and play the Ragavan. Thin out the deck. Get a card into the grave for the Dragon's Rage Channeler. We don't have baubles in our hands. Arctic Tree Line. Modern staple. I really want to see on Thin Ice. Only because the only reason to play Snow-Covered Islands over Basic Islands is literally because of On Thin Ice, which is the only real playable snow card, and Ice Fang Coatl. So I really want to see On Thin Ice just in general, just for funsies. Not that we're probably gonna cast it, but you know. Okay, hit you first. Solitude. Okay. Um, do I want to hold up Dress Down? No, I think I'm gonna cast an expressive here. Why did I bring in a braid? I guess I did. Hand, bottom, exile, and then I'm just gonna play it. How many ways do we have of getting rid of this rest in peace? So we didn't bring in these, but we still have a Brazen Bar and an Otawara. Oh wow, okay. So this would have been a situation that like I would have rather held up the dress down, but I'm not even entirely sure I would have rather held it up. Depends. Do they have flicker effects? They do, because they're targeting my Dragon Trade Channeler. Sure. I don't even really think that that's that good, but like I'm pretty sure that most decks that play the Solitude Flicker effect end up boarding out the ephemerate against us, but it's fine. I mean, I'm just gonna land go. Ephemerate essentially has just been a 1 mana removal spell. I have a counter spell for a Teferi. I'm gonna Lightning Bolt the Solitude most likely. I'm going to Lightning Bolt this before you attack, in case you're playing Kaito Shizuki. You're just passing. You have nothing. Interesting. I suppose I'm going to start with an expressive. I guess playing the Dragon Trade Channeler is kind of the same thing. Yeah, so let's play the Dragon Trade Channeler and then play expressive. Uh, no, it's not because I want to hold up Counterspell in case they play Teferi. So I'm gonna bauble. Uh, I actually am going to keep that because I'm technically winning right now. I'm gonna have an answer for everything they do. Like that rest in peace like does not matter. The second one does really not matter. They want lands. So if they play like an Ice Fang Coatl here, I'm just gonna counterspell it. They did not. Alright, we're in the driver's seat. We are very much ready to go. It might be wrong for them to play the rest in peace. Yeah, I wouldn't play it if I was them. Okay. I'm gonna expressive. Not that it matters, but ooh, that does give me an answer for a rest in peace. Wow, both answers. One, two, three. Play this, play this. I don't want to trade an Ice Fang Coatl. I don't want to trade. I don't want to have to counterspell an Ice Fang Coatl if they have it. So, which is why I just did not attack. The one damage does not matter in the long run. What matters more is like being able to continue like or being able to like play this game here. Um, Interesting. I'm most definitely counterspelling anything they play here. It's Steel Seraph is white. Okay. Yeah, I'll shock myself. I don't think it matters too much. What an interesting card. I never really thought this would see modern play. Grave. Or exile. Exile. I actually think that I'm not even going to bounce this rest in peace. I think that I'm just going to cast this Brazen Borrower as a 3/1. Unless they do nothing. If they like do nothing here, I'm gonna Brazen Borrower the rest in peace in the end step and then cast the Brazen Borrower. Lurgoyf. Um. Hmm. You can have a 0/1. What? That's interesting combo there, opponent. Very interesting. I'm not even gonna bounce the Tarmogoyf. I don't care. I don't care. I could. It would be a tempo play. I don't care. How many have we seen? Quite a bit. 3. I'm gonna keep it on top because it's better than like the average draw. Hand bottom, exile, cast it, triggers. I am going to draw that, yes. Bottom, top. Cast this. Enter combat, hit you. The 2-mana chump block. Brutal. I think the door is being slammed shut in their face at this moment. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. We have 7 damage. All right. We got the 2/3. We got the 2/3. All right, let's talk about the deck list. So, turns out Force Negation not as good as Force of Will. Not as good. Serum Visions not as good as Ponder. Counterbalance. I don't think that we got enough info to evaluate it. We did get to counter a single spell off of it. It did seem pretty nice against the mirror. We didn't actually get to do anything with it, but when we did play it, it was like, wow, like this might actually do something. This is not playable. this is not a playable modern deck at the moment. There's not enough unfair stuff for Force Negation to be good enough. Serum Visions is just too slow in my opinion. I would rather have them been some sort of 1-mana counter spells or something. I really kind of miss the Unholy Heat. The Baubles, interestingly enough, I didn't really miss the Baubles. I think the Baubles are better if you're playing 4 Ledger Shredder. Like, I think if you're playing 4 Ledger Shredder, or if you're playing any number of Ledger Shredder, you need 4 Bauble. But I kind of want to experiment more with cutting Baubles. It wasn't like a card that I was like, wow, like we really need this right now. But for Ragavan, for DRC, for Murktide is always like a good setup of this deck. I always like it. Yeah, this iteration of the deck is just not playable. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. If you have any suggestions of ways for me to try out Murktide, I like being creative, so give me some suggestions. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tyler_B. Follow me on Twitter, TylerBMTG, or I'm Tyler_B. And thank you so much. That's really it. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I love you.